Hello the internet, my name's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my plant haul for February, which ended up being a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, and I think I keep saying that, so I don't know, maybe that'll end up being a theme. Either way, I've got a lot of plants to show you guys. I'm gonna try and do them in somewhat order, but I don't remember exactly when I got all of them, so yeah, we'll try and do our best. So let's see, we're gonna start here with this little guy. This is a little variegated jade that I picked up at my local grocery store. They sometimes have plants, not very often, but I saw this guy there and I was like, I had been looking for a variegated jade. I want to, grow one really big. And so I got this guy, it was like $2, maybe $3. And so far it's been mostly it's growing a pretty decent amount. The reason that I got this one here is that, see, it has 2 growth points, whereas the other ones were just 1 stem, and so I'm pretty sure that these little leaves here are new, like it's growing another set of leaves down here, and then those leaves are new, and I'm pretty sure these were there when I got it, but they have grown a lot bigger. And it still has, and I'm not sure if it shows up, it has a decent amount of pink on it, like on the variegation. I think you can see it right there, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know if that's from my grow light or not, because it's not under the... I have one grow light that's like a actual grow light, and then I have some that are just shop lights that work well enough, and work kind of cheap. But this guy's been under the less expensive grow light, and he's still doing really good. So I think that'll be pretty awesome when he gets a little bit bigger. And right now he's not much to look at, but I think he's adorable. So looking forward to him growing a lot bigger though. Do I have any other individual ones? I think I got most of these all at the same time, so we're just going to have to kind of go through them. I went to Richmond to visit my family, and came back with a whole bunch of plants. And so that was the Richmond plant haul video, which you can go look at, but a lot of that's going to be the same as the plants you're seeing here. But I got this from my mother. This is a Begonia lucerne, an angel wing begonia. She had a huge one growing in her house, and she let me cut a stem off of it, and I'm now propagating all these stems. Like that one, I think this one's doing the best. This one's got like a decent number of roots, so I'm letting this root for a while. Yeah, this one doesn't have very many roots yet at all. And that leaf is looking a little rough, but they're all starting to get some roots on them. So I'm probably going to let them grow for a while yet before I stick this in any soil. But this plant is special because my mom has been growing it for forever, and it wasn't until I kind of got into plants that I, number one, knew what it was, and number two was like, can I have a cutting? And she was like, of course, sure. So it looks like I'm getting a new leaf down here though. That's kind of cute. And then there's a new one growing on this branch that didn't have anything really on it before, which is nice because I'm going to have a pretty full plant once I get this all potted up, because I've got so many guys. But that is my Begonia lucerne that I'm really happy with and waiting for it to get all of some nice roots on it so that I can actually plant it. Okay, so I got that. I also got this guy, which is a Queen of the Night. It's huge. My mom and I have both been into plants you know, off and on. My mom's always been more into plants than I have, and most of the plants that I have where I'm like, oh, I've had this forever, it probably came from my mother. At one point I had seen some Queen of the Night cactus blooms, those blooms where they only bloom overnight, and I was really intrigued by them, and I ended up buying a cutting from online, and I rooted it. It came like without roots on it. It just was the one of these leaves basically, and I grew it, and then I was like, oh, it'd be neat if my mom got one, and so I sent her some as well. Mine has grown, but isn't very big. This is my mom's. Hers grew, we basically had them for the same amount of time, and hers has gotten huge. She just has a lot better light in her house than I do, but now that she's getting a little older, she doesn't really want to have to take care of it quite as much, and I kind of know plants at all, so I figured I'll be able to take care of it, especially since I've kind of figured out my other one. It was doing really, really poorly for a while, and this last year I got a lot of good growth on it, mostly from it being outside, so I think it got more sun, so this guy will be going outside at some point, and I don't know, I would really like to see some blooms off of it, but I don't know if that'll happen this year. I have no idea how old this thing is. It's got to be 3 or 4 years old at this point. So I guess it could bloom if it has the right conditions. I'm going to try fertilizing it as well. So who knows? I would definitely keep you guys updated though if that ends up blooming, because those blooms are beautiful. And I hear they smell really nice too. My mother-in-law actually has a really huge one. It's probably 3 times the size of that one. And I asked her about it because I knew that she had it, and she showed me some pictures of just the plant covered in blooms. And it's really, really gorgeous. And she said they smell great. And so I'm really, really excited to get that guy to possibly bloom for me, or at least, you know, continue growing so that it can maybe bloom next year. Let's see. So also while I was there, I stopped by a Wegmans, and they had the trending tropicals plants there. That was the first time I'd seen them. I have not gotten any of those at home yet, but I picked up this Begonia maculata because I figured I might as well, and I like begonias, and it's really pretty. I wasn't super enamored with it when I saw it, like when people had it on, you know, when I saw it on people's channels. But once I saw it like in person, it really is just really pretty, and it got a lot of damage while it was traveling. Like I had to cut some of these leaves off, and it's got some spots on it, and it's not growing as far as I can tell right now, but it doesn't seem to be dying, and it's not getting any worse. Like none of the spots have gotten worse since I've gotten it home. So I'm kind of just waiting for it to finish acclimating, and I don't know, maybe it is growing a little bit. I think there's some little leaves coming in down here. There's some, I don't know if you'll be able to even see, but got a little guy coming in there that I'm pretty sure is new. And maybe even this thing here. But either way, so it seems to be doing good. It might be growing. It's definitely not dying. And I'm basically just going to be, that leaf's a little worse than I thought it was. Well, we'll see. Really liking this guy though. It really is kind of just stunning. Like you just look at it and it's definitely like a statement piece. Really, I do like that. Okay. And I went to 2 greenhouses when I was in Richmond as well. I got those plants from my mother, and then that one from the Wegmans, and then I actually went to some greenhouses and got some plants there as well. And in no particular order, okay, we're going to do this one first because we are. I got this allocation. I do not know what type of allocation it is. It says allocation 6-inch on the little sticker. But number one, I liked allocation, so I was immediately drawn to it. It's got these nice shaped leaves. I kind of like the shape of the leaves. The backs of them are actually black. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you would call that gray with like black veins. But this leaf was growing when I got it, and now it's got another leaf coming out already here. And so it seems to be growing really well in my care. And that's great because I like alocasias and I would like for them to grow great in my care. And so far I'm just kind of waiting to see what this guy's gonna do besides that, but I've been pretty happy with him. So, and then this one leaf got a little, I think it got a little crinkled because it came out while it was traveling. But all these other leaves are nice and smooth, and it's got a new leaf coming out, and so far none of the other leaves feel like they're dying. This is the one that would be dying, but it seems to be still pretty green at this point, so I don't know, maybe it won't die. I mean, I figure at some point alocasias have to put out leaves without one of the old leaves dying, because how else would they get more leaves? They would only ever have one, technically. So I don't know how that works yet, but I haven't really looked into it, so. But anyway, really like this guy, really looking forward to this new leaf coming out. I've had a little bit of a thing where I get alocasias in my house and the new leaves are not as big as the old leaves, probably because I don't have that great of humidity, but this one ended up pretty okay, but it was growing before I got it. So this one is this is the one that's gonna grow while completely in my house. And it's looking fairly decent size, like as it comes out. So I'm interested to see how big it's gonna be, because I would like to have nice big leaves. Big leaves are good. Okay, and at that same nursery, I also got this guy, which is just so adorable, little rickrack cactus. I wasn't really planning on getting one of these, but when I saw it at the greenhouse, I really just couldn't pass it up. It's just so cute. And I love the way, I mean, that's why people like them, because the leaves going back and forth. And it had some new growth when I first bought it. This guy here is brand new, that little guy there, and he looks like he's putting out, I don't know if those are aerial roots or what, because they don't look like spines. I don't know if they're aerial roots. Do cacti like this usually do aerial roots? I don't know. I'm interested to see what those turn into. Somebody maybe can let me know, because I didn't think plants like this did aerial roots. But maybe they do. I don't know. It's a learning experience. I also love how it's in like a hanging basket, and I'm like, you are so far away from needing to be in a hanging basket. I should really swap this out for something else that actually needs to hang. But it's just so cute. And I'm looking forward to getting this guy outside too, because I think he's really going to explode with growth once I do. I think I've only watered it like twice since I've got it too, and it still seems to be doing pretty good, but it's a cactus, so there you go. Okay, I got my Philodendron micans, which I had been looking for forever. From this greenhouse where I got all these other plants, and it has not done all that much since I've gotten it, but at the same time I'm just so happy that I do have it. It might be getting a little bit of growth. I have this one sitting next to the window as opposed to being under a grow light, mostly because I hear that they don't need that much light, and since it was winter, I was like, well, you can just have the light that's coming in the window, which is not very much. It's a western-facing window with light cover. I do not get great light in my house, but it seems to be doing pretty well. I think there's a little bit of new growth trying to happen under here, which is actually adorable. But I just love the color of these leaves. Like, a couple of them are damaged, so like that guy is caused by damage. But just the different colors, and then the red on the back of these, and they just look so soft even though they're not soft. This is an amazing plant. This is definitely an example of a really common plant, because I mean these are not hard to find. I don't have a good selection around, but these are not hard to find, but it's just so gorgeous, you know. And I get so much joy whenever I look at it, and I'm so glad that I finally found one, and I have it in my collection, and one day it's going to get huge, and it'll be great. Right now it's just small and cute. And then if you watched my other video, you saw that I got this Syndapsis pictus, and when I was messing with it in the pot that I had got it from in the nursery, I pulled a couple of the guys like right out of the soil, and they weren't really rooted, and I ended up messing around with the whole thing and pulling it all out of there. And the problem is that the leaves don't particularly look healthy. Like, I've got it sitting in water so that I can get more root growth on them. Some of them actually do have decent roots on them, but I think some of them were root rotted, and I can't always tell which ones are root rotted and which ones aren't. So I've had them all in water for a while, and at some point I'm going to have to put them back in soil, but I feel like the plant just isn't healthy. Like, it's been trying to put out this leaf since I got it, and it's kind of like getting all brown at the edge or whatever. So I don't know. You guys think I should just go ahead and stick it in soil and try and do it in soil, or do you think I should keep? There's obviously a little bit of new growth in the water, but I don't know. I don't want to, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of different cuttings. There were a bunch of different cuttings in there, and some of them do have some roots on them, but it doesn't feel healthy. And I'm not sure how to get it to be healthy, because the leaves are all curled. So I don't know. If you've got any suggestions on how to take care of this guy better, go ahead and let me know, because I'm keeping it alive, obviously, but I really don't think I know what I should be doing in order to keep this alive. So any advice you've got would be useful, so that I can keep that guy in good shape. Let's see. All right. I got a lot of begonias while I was in Richmond. So this is one begonia that I got that has the lovely sparkly pink, iridescent pink spots on it. I think it's pretty black. It's kind of like, it's pretty black on black leaves. And some of the leaves are green with silver spots. And then I'm still not quite sure whether, I think they convert, because I think if you look at this leaf here, you can see that it was green and silver at the edge, and then further up here it's pink with the black. And so I think they shift over from being kind of green and silver into being pink and black. I've been trying to watch like little baby leaves that are growing up, but like I haven't been doing a good job. That one doesn't have any spots on it at all. That's interesting. I wonder if that one's new. It looks kind of new. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. I don't know if that's like a thing or whatever. But I really, really like this plant. As soon as I saw it, I knew that I had to get it. I'd seen somebody get one at a Lowe's, and I was really jealous, and of course my Lowe's doesn't get anything. But then I saw this at the nursery, and it was only $9.99. I mean, pretty good. So I had to bring that guy home. And at the same place that I got, at the same greenhouse that I got that one, I also got this begonia, which has like pink and silver curly, ruffly leaves. I don't know, I am just so in love with Begonia rexes, and a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube don't seem to have very many begonias. Or they do have begonias, but they have like cane begonias, and I look at all the colors of these Rex begonias, and I'm just like kind of sad that other people don't have more Rex begonias, you know? But I like them, and so whenever I see a really nice colored one, I just have to pick it up, and this was like that too. I wanted to, if you can see, it's got that nice swirl, almost like the escargot. And so most of these, like the bigger leaves, have that. And it doesn't have a whole ton of big leaves yet, but it's getting there, and it's growing pretty well. This one was only $5.99, so it hasn't been growing super fast either, but I'm happy with the speed that it's been going. It's getting a couple of new little leaves in there, so I just really like the pink and silver. I seriously, though, need to get these begonias outside when it gets warmer and do like a shot of all of them in the sunlight, because they're like, I can kind of see the shimmer on these in just my normal light, but it's like the camera does not pick it up, and like, you guys really should see how beautiful these begonias are. They look really pretty. And speaking of shimmering begonias, this one I got at a different place. This one does not have really a sheen on it. I got this one mostly because of the color, like the different leaves. Like there's ones that are more green, there are ones that are more red. And it just, I really like the shape of them, the curl. And this one was actually blooming when I got it, or it was like starting to bloom. The little bloom stalk was like just coming out of the leaves, and it bloomed while I had it. And the blooms look like little hearts. If you go to my Instagram page, I've got a picture up there somewhere of them. And they eventually opened up, opened like a flip phone. So it was like, it looked like a heart. Like it was a heart, and then it like opened, and then, you know, it was actually a flower like that. I probably did not explain that well. But anyway, they were really cute. I'm not always a super fan of begonia blooms, and obviously we grow them more for their foliage anyway. But those flowers were just super, super cute, and I just super excited to see them. And this says this is a Begonia Peter Piper. I have actually not looked online to see if that's actually what it is. Again, it doesn't really matter to me all that much what they're called, except, you know, for if you need to find care tips, obviously. Then you really kind of want to know what the specific thing is. And this one has, I mean, it flowered, and so I know that takes a lot of energy, and it's got one little leaf, you know, growing down in there, but it hasn't done very much besides that. And I feel like all the leaves that are a different color, like this green one here and this one up here, I was kind of expecting them to like shift through colors. Like I kind of expected them to go from green through the orange and then to the red, but I really haven't seen a lot of that, and I don't know if it's because it's winter or not, or maybe it's just a lack of sunlight. So when I could finally get this guy outside and expose him to some light, I'm interested to see what happens with the colors on those, or if they just come in and they're just a color, because the new one that's coming in is pretty red, like it's not green, so it's possible that they just come in and they're a color, but they're all just different, slightly different shades, which I'm also fine with, but interested to see that one grow a little bit more. What else do I have? Oh, and then at the same place that I got that begonia, I got this black Cardinal Philodendron. It's the first one that I've seen in this size, and it's been doing, I mean, it's just kind of been chilling. There's a new leaf kind of coming out, but it's not coming out all that great. I really, really feel like I just need to repot this because I'm not, oh, it's dripping. I'm not entirely thrilled with the potting medium that it's in. It just doesn't feel like a very good, or it doesn't look like a very good mixture. So I might be doing that before too long because I'm kind of, it's doing all right, but I'm kind of worried that it's retaining too much moisture. I did just water this though, that's why it's dripping, because, you know, it's not like it's been holding onto water for days and days and days, but yeah, I would really like to see this guy grow a little bit better. I'm really a fan of these philodendrons. Like I have my Prince of Orange I really like. I have this one. I'm getting a new one in the mail. Ooh, yeah. You guys will see that video probably next week. But yeah, I really feel like I need to repot this because I'm just not happy with that. So I might end up doing a video on that. You guys can stick around for that. Okay, and then I went out to my nursery that was in Roanoke and picked up this guy for Valentine's Day, which is actually apt because they almost look like little hearts and they're red. And this guy super impressed me because just all of the red is just the shiny iridescent. And I haven't had this one for very long, so it hasn't really done much growing, but it looks fine to me right now, and I'm sure it will get bigger and more beautiful as it goes. And I liked the fact that, I'm not even sure if you can see it in here. Oh, maybe this one doesn't have it. Some of the other ones, because there were a couple of these there, you could see the leaf that they had put into the soil that the new plant like grew out of, and I just thought that was cool. Because I know that's how they do it, but like, you know, none of these other ones look like that, but some of the other ones that were like this look like that, so I thought that was really cool. Again, need to get this out in the sunlight so you guys could really see it. And that same day that I was out, I found this Hawa Thea, which was a Hawa Thea that I hadn't seen before. Hawa Thea turgida. Hawa Thea turgida. And I had to pick it up because I just love my Hawa Theas, and I really, I'm learning. My Hawa Theas that I've been having trouble with are all still alive. In sphagnum moss, oddly enough, seem to be doing fine in that. They're not rotting, so hopefully, I've got a couple of ideas of how to help them grow. But for right now, I'm just leaving this guy in here because why not? He's doing fine. No reason to take him out. And then just the other day, actually, I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday. I was having a little bit of a down day, and so I went into town. Not expecting to find everything. If you guys saw my most recent big box store video, I was just complaining about how like there was nothing but jade golden pothos. And anyway, so I got to, which one did I go to first? I went to Home Depot first, and they had gotten a new shipment of succulents in, and there really wasn't all that much there, but I found this, which is the Cocoon Plant, and it was like $5 just for all, I mean, there's a whole bunch of plants in here. And my Cocoon Plant, I've been having super trouble with it over the winter where it keeps drying out, and then I try and water it and then it rots. Obviously, we don't have good enough drainage in the soil. I've currently got the last bit of mine that's still alive, sitting in water trying to get it to root. Like the top of the stem, trying to get that to root. I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's been in there for a couple of days, and right now it's like, I don't want to. So I bought this because I saw it. It's got a whole bunch of plants in it. It was only $5, and if I end up losing that Cocoon Plant, then I still have this guy here. And so, how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, and a couple of them are kind of stuck together. Like they grew out of each other. So, either way, super happy with this because it's a fairly big plant for $5. And I love the way these feel. I love my little soft plants. And then I went to Lowe's, again, not expecting to find anything. I didn't even tape this because I was just like, I'm not going to find anything and all. And they had gotten some new succulents in. They've gotten like no houseplants. No houseplants. And yet, succulents. I don't know, maybe it's an early winter thing. You guys are getting such good plants. Anyway, and there were some cactuses and that I pulled out, like the tray with the big cactus to 6 inches, and I found this guy. Tell me that is not absolutely gorgeous. So this is a Mosaic Aloe, and the leaves are like ridiculously thick and fleshy. They've got these cool red spines. They're not really pokey like at all. I mean, they're any pokey, but they're not like dangerous pokey like agaves. And this just cool pattern on the leaves of the white spots. And yeah, it's a little damaged. There were only 2 of them, and this was the better looking of the 2, but you know, it's got some new growth coming out in the middle here, and this was $10, which is a little bit more than I was planning on spending while I was out, but I just couldn't pass it up. I mean, I just could not pass it up, because it's also huge. I've seen one of these before, and it was one of the ones in the little 2-inch pots, you know, where they have all... If I had bought that, there's no way it would be this big by now. So, you know, I'm happy to have this really, really big plant. And, oh, it says its tubular flowers vary from yellow to reddish and attract hummingbirds. That would be really cool. I do like hummingbirds. So, we'll see. It is getting warmer. I'm hoping that before too long we're going to be going outside. I'm seriously almost tempted to put things out now because it's being fairly warm during the day, and my outside is on a covered porch, so even if it dips into frost temperatures, they won't get frost on them because of the covering. But I just want to get my plants outside because I had so much more success with them when they were outside. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my plants. Those are the ones that I got in February. Technically, those last 2 I got in March because it's like the very beginning of March, but I figured I might as well throw them on this list anyway so that I don't forget about them at the end of March. I'm sure there'll be more plants for you guys to see in March, I'm sure. Because it's my birthday. Yeah, that's right. My birthday is in March, and I actually ordered some plants, 2 plants from my wish list offline, and they shipped, I think, yesterday. They're supposed to be here by Friday. So that video will probably post sometime next week. So I know for certain that I'm going to have some plants for this month because I've already ordered them and they're already in the mail. And I bought a heat pack, so there shouldn't be any problems with them dying. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see those other videos that I've talked about. Or you can even check out some of my older videos. I've got, you know, the plant haul from Richmond, where I got a lot of these plants. I mean, it's also kind of fun. And thank you so much for spending some of your valuable time with me today. I will see you in the next video.